Welcome back to the Formula One save here on F123. In our driver career here, we picked up another very, very good result last time around. We were able to get ourselves a second podium in a row with a P3 in Monaco. Particularly lucky safety car, but we'll take it. And now, in Espanol, we fingers crossed we'll be able to get ourselves maybe a third straight podium. It was the first time ever that we'd gotten 2 podiums in a row. And now we're trying to break that record once again. In Spain, we hope to be quite strong. Do need to put some older parts in the car for practice, etc. We're fortunate that we're going to get a fully dry weekend. So luckily, no wet weather racing or worries about tyres overheating, etc. But fingers crossed we can have a competitive weekend. Spain's not a... Rephrase. I don't know whether Spain's not a strong circuit for me or whether... Because the AI have been so strong at Spain for so long, it's just a strong circuit for the AI, and actually I'm not bad at Spain. It's probably a mixture of the two. But if you're enjoying this save, then please do drop the video a like to ensure you don't miss out on any more of this save. Football Manager stuff's continuing to come to you. FC Player Career Mode is continuing to come to you. Creator Series is still ongoing, but it doesn't make it to the YouTube channel anymore and hasn't done for a little while, but we're still very much involved in that over on stream. Everything I make is done on stream as well, so do come and join me on Twitch or on the YouTube Chesnoid Live channel, where you can see all of the streams on that particular platform, this particular platform. But for now, we're going to crack on. Bright sunny sunshine in Catalonia. Must remember to change parts. Must remember to change parts before we go into qualifying or the race. Well, qualifying for Parc Ferme. We've got 3,000 resource points now. We certainly will start throwing those onto the car. I do need to adjust my setup a little bit, I think, for maximum speed. Were Creator Series to be around Spain this weekend? It's a mystery Grand Prix this weekend, so we don't actually know where we're racing until we go live, and they let us know on the live broadcast of the Creator Series channel. So I'm intrigued to see where we end up racing. But if we end up racing at Spain, I definitely need to have a better setup than the one I've got right now. There is certainly time to be found around this Catalonia circuit. So where do we improve then with those 3,000 resource points? ERS is going to be important. It always is, to remain competitive. So I'll do that. 1,600 left. I don't want to do the brakes. That'll break the car. Don't want to do tyre wear. That'll break the car. Aero, I can't do anything more on the aero, can I? Because with department... Oh, no, I can. Good. All right, let's do some front downforce then. That's a major front downforce one. Lovely. Good. All right, the car is getting even better and better. And hopefully, so will our championship position after this Grand Prix weekend to qualifying. 111.8. It's P14 only. Oh, my God. I'm probably going to go out of qualifying. I did a 111 flat in practice. And now I've got to put in a 111.8 in actual quali. I'm going out, lads. We are going out in Q1. That's it. Quali's over. I need to be in the top 15. And at the moment, I'm 15th. I'm going out of quali, I'm sure of it. There's no way they don't improve. A 111... How can I do a 111 flat in quali and then do a 111.8, sorry, in practice, and then do a 111.8 in actual quali? Where has that pace gone? Is there any other shock exits there with me? No. Well, I've no idea. Well, Carlos Sainz was nearly out. I've no idea what the grid's going to look like for tomorrow then, for Sunday. But Saturday, for me, is early, is over early. Very early. Oh, dear. Right. Strategy is going to have to work tremendously for me here. Otherwise, I'm knackered. Well, Lance was strong, but not strong enough to get on the front row. Lewis second, actually. Left is front for pole here. So Lando on pole and Lewis second. Russell and Piastri. Mercedes and McLaren both strong. Verstappen, Perez. Where's... Oh. Well, Stroll was like 4th in Q1. Then he's gone out in Q2. Not a great race weekend so far for Aston Martin, is it? Let's hope that we both make significant moves forward from here. So I'm going to go long and then hope that we're able to recover from there. My tyre wear in Spain is bad as well, like 15% worse than the AI. So it's going to be an intriguing one. A safety car at some point could help us. We've got loads of tyres though, so that's good. Loads of tyres available because I went out in Q1. Oi, oi, oi. Well, hard tyres from P17. It's a long race in Spain, although not as long as it used to be. Gasly with a terrible start. Oh, Pierre, thank you for opening up that gap, lad. I will take that all day long. I'm going to stick to the left-hand side here and try and make some positions around the outside if I can into turn 1. Maybe around the outside of the AlphaTauri that's next to me. I'll try not to commit too much and make contact with Yuki. I've got a car on my inside now. It's the other AlphaTauri, actually, of Alex Albon. Cut to the inside here for turn 4. Maybe get the AlphaTauri this time. Being on the hard tyre is going to be a bit of an issue in the opening stages, but hopefully we can make it work. Yuki braking early there. We're around the outside maybe of the Alpine. Yes, perhaps, maybe with some battery. Ocon's got the straight line speed. No, we will get around the outside. No, we won't. I'll have the inside for the next corner. All right, P17 to P13 so far on lap 1 is decent. We have the car to be able to do it, supposedly, although I am not as strong here at this circuit as the AI are. Everybody knows that the AI are much stronger in Barcelona than they are at some other circuits, but we'll do what we can here. My teammate started P11. He's already made positions too, which is great news. Go on, Lance, lad. We'll try and make some more positions as the laps tick by. We're not planning on stopping till lap 23. So we're going to go quite a distance on this first set. Daniel's going to go defensive. I will go around the outside of you, Sunshine, if you're going to do that, mate. That's P12. So far, it's been probably as good a start as we could probably have hoped for. Now we need to get into the points and start getting ourselves towards the front as quickly as possible. Lando Norris leading. Deep on the brakes there into turn 4. Bit of contact with the Alfa Romeo. Both McLarens leading. Lewis has dropped from P2 to P3. It's McLaren, McLaren, Mercedes, Mercedes at the moment. Louis, steady. Right, come on then. I'm going to shut up and concentrate because I need to get myself back towards those front few. Daniel Ricciardo's just now to me back because I wasn't paying enough attention. Keep it on track. Get the move done. Good lad. Right. Come on then. Let's get back after K-Mag and make sure that we've got DRS next lap. I have to burn quite a bit of battery to do that, but it's fine. Hopefully they still slow up a bit and concertina a little bit through these turns here, which they have done quite a bit there. Very nearly within DRS range now. Still use a bit of battery to get there. Bit late on the apex, late on the throttle, but there you go, DRS. No grip. We're starting to squabble in front still with Bottas. The Ferrari's through, and now it's the rest that are trying to get past him. Bottas now down to 10th. He too's on hard tyres. The front group are gone though. A perfectly timed safety car would be lovely today. But these hard tyres are dead. It was absolutely a bad decision to put these hard tyres on at the beginning of this Grand Prix. I do have extra softs, but my concern is that they won't last very long. With my tyre wear, judging by the race strategy practice program, with my tyre wear being 15% higher than everyone else. God! Perez is through on Bottas now as well, but actually couldn't drop him. I'd be curious on what strategy Ocon's on. If Magnussen's on a 1-stop, is he on a 1-stop too? No, he's 3-stopping. I wonder whether we're the only one currently 2-stopping. With some on a 1 and some on a 3. I don't know whether a 2 is good or not. Back in the DRS zone at least. The DRS range. Oh my god, I've got no grip on these hard tyres at the front at all. Just wash out in every medium to high speed corner. And Mercedes has gotten into P1 and is now disappearing down the road, I've just noticed on the minimap. At the moment, my inclination is still that a 2-stop would be faster for me to the end. Bottas goes for a move on Magnussen and will make it stick. There might have been contact there between the two of them. That's us certainly going to close up now by a couple of tenths on the pair of them. Max and a Ferrari are battling. Let's just let the front few get away, and actually the Red Bull and the Ferrari have fallen back a little bit here. Presume it's Lewis that's out front, considering he qualified highest. Ocon behind me pits on lap 15. So that's the 3 stoppers going in now. I'm still going to 2-stop. I'm going to 2-stop. We will either hard, medium, soft, or hard, medium, medium. But we're going to 2-stop. None of the front runners have come in yet. So presumably everybody in front of me is either is on a 1-stop or a 2-stop. Bottas really slowing Magnussen up now. Been sat in P12 for a long time. I'm going to play the long game here, rather than just try and take a quick fix of speed with an earlier pit stop. I'm actually going to try and play the long game.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy. Come on.
Play the 2-stop. Go another handful of laps, and then hope that we can really, really find some pace on something that isn't this hard tyre. Because this hard tyre is not a great race option, as it turns out. Driving like a tit still. Cannot get into the flow of this Spanish circuit today. We qualified really poorly. We're racing really poorly as well, but it's not the car. It's a mixture, I think, of the car and me. We're going to be around the outside of Valtteri here, maybe even around the outside of Magnussen as well. We are indeed. That is 2 in one corner, but then my rear end got caught on the curb a little bit. Magnussen's got me back. Bottas on my inside. We still might end up P12 come the end of this. Bottas going to be there. Is he going to give up on it? No, he's hanging in now. We've just gotten the edge on him. We're up to P11. Kevin's in front. We can see the gap to Perez at the minute is 3.5. We know that K-Mag is 1 stopping only. I wonder if Perez is doing the same. Going to stick to the 2-stop. Stick to our guns. We'll go for a 2-stop strategy and try and make it work. And hope that the car feels better on softer compounded tyres. I know for a fact, though, that this setup we've got here for Spain is not ideal. And I'm definitely going to do some work on it. Either off camera or on stream off YouTube. I need to find some more time around Spain with a better setup, because this one is not the one. Either for online racing or for future career mode sessions. Bottas is into the pits off those hards on lap 16. Checo is in as well. So they're 2-stopping, but they're dipping now. So they're going to go on a really long medium stint, I imagine, and then go to softs at the end. It doesn't let me downshift to 6th around there. The revs are just a little bit too high. Lewis is boxing. The overspeed is huge. We're past K-Mag. We're up to P8. And now I can ask about strategy of some of those faster front runners and find out what they're doing. That's what I'm curious about at the moment. Okay, so Leclerc is 2-stopping as well. Verstappen's in the box as well. I'll ask about him briefly whilst he's in that gap behind us. What stop sequence is he on? 2-stop, I imagine. It didn't tell me. I imagine Verstappen is 2-stopping. I'm going to try and go 24 laps on this set to go 26 laps on the mediums to then do 16 laps on the softs at the end. With considered use of the battery, we are closing on Leclerc a little bit. Records will come at 18th when we pit. If Lance boxes, I will go one more. Can't afford to lose any time in the pits. And Lance is in. So we will do one more lap. They're all in.
Lance is in for his stop.
All apart from Carlos Sainz. So we're going to do 25 laps on this set of hards.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
We're up to P2 for the time being. But we're going to drop pretty much all the way to the back after this pit stop. I didn't want to lose any time with Lance double stacking in the pits. We'll just try and nail it for this 25th lap. Whack a set of mediums on. And then try and make as many positions again as we can before more 3-stoppers pit. A safety car now would be absolutely gorgeous. We're not going to get that lucky, I don't think. We did in Monaco. We aren't here. The gap to Sainz has come down considerably. Fuel is still okay. Quite happy with fuel at the minute. We were 1.6 laps over fueled at the beginning. We're nearly at half race distance. We're past the third race distance and we've only used about a third of the fuel, so we might be bang on with fuel. K-Mag continues. He's on a one stop. Sainz is in this lap too. Going to drop quite a few positions here, but we're doing one less stop than a number of others. 2.3 second stop is decent.
Perfect job on the turn in there, mate.
And we'll try and get out.
Stop time. We're happy with that one. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
I'm going to try and come out in front of Joe if I can. I think we might just be able to do that. Park on the apex. Right, time to go after Hulkenberg. Let's see how long these medium tyres last and at what pace. I do have a new set of mediums to go to if I need to, if I want to. If there's a safety car at any point and we feel like we can get to the end on that fresh set of mediums. I'm going to do 20 laps on these and then 20 laps on the softs. I'm going to try and take these ones a little longer. Down to P16 for the time being, but we are doing one stop less than a number of those in front of us. Purple middle sector of the race. These mediums have started to fire up now, and the gaps in front are closing. The race is going to come back to us, we hope, from here. Fastest lap of the race? No. Purple though. I've no idea what our net position is. We've got some in front of us on the same two stop as us. We've got some in front of us on a three stop. We've got some in front of us on a one stop. There's, at this stage, with the information we have, there is no way to tell who's on what and what our net position is. His tyres are dead. He may even pit this lap, Nico. He's going to go defensive. Really defensive. He shot towards the inside there. He's just ruined himself off. Comfortable position. Right, let's go after the Ferrari. Didn't quite get DRS there. That would have been very helpful. There's a group of three with Sainz, Albon and an Alfa Romeo, which will be Bottas again. Just in front of Charles Leclerc at the minute. Positions 11, 12 and 13. Push Yuki defensive, try the same move on him as Nico. Get the job done. It's P14. Working our way back through. Slowly but surely, working our way back through.
Ocon stopping now.
More in the box. This is where the three stoppers fall behind us again. So we're up to P13 for the time being. No idea what our net position is or where we'll be at the end of the race at this stage. Not a clue. Albon might be in this lap as well, to be fair. Oh god, he's slow. Losing so much time behind him now. Please pit Alex. Thank you. Thanks for the DRS too. Magnussen's also in for his one and only stop. He's going medium hard, presumably. If he tries to go medium soft, he's a lunatic. But he probably will go medium soft, knowing the game. Medium tyres feel infinitely better than the hards did. Arguably, I perhaps could have gone medium soft. We had the tyre set available, but we'll see what happens. We might be forced because of tyre wear to go hard, medium. Two Mercedes are fighting it out for P1 right now. George has caught Lewis. We'll try and take P10 in turn 10. It's not going to go defensive. Valtteri does it the other way around. Okay. Go for a bit of a dive bomb. Get the move done. I was waiting for him to move to the left and go defensive. He didn't. Made me work for it. It's DRS on Leclerc. We're closing. We're getting there slowly. Come on, boys! Charles with a bit of a snap there. At least at a glance, anyway. Well, the back end wasn't happy with that fry. It's still wiggling there as well. I think Charles is struggling a little bit. He did pit a couple of laps before us. Or maybe the lap before us. So we shouldn't have, really, with my higher tyre wear around here, we shouldn't have a pace advantage on him. Or, to rephrase, a tyre advantage on him. But we appear at the moment to have a pace advantage on him. And if we can get Charles, there's no reason why we can't get Carlos either. In my rear tyres to play ball as well, though, which they didn't then. Just going to burn battery here and try and get past him, which we're going to do. Let's go and get the other one. 8 seconds to my teammate Stroll, but I don't know what strategy is on. I can either go to mediums again at 46, or I can go to softs at 50. And judging by everyone else's pace on soft tyres today, I'm leaning towards going to mediums.
We're currently trailing our teammate by 8.9 seconds.
Big gap to P6. I wonder whether, given the position we're in now, whether an undercut on 46 onto mediums might actually be the play, considering the softs just won't last. DRS on Carlos. 6 seconds to...
You're going to be on mediums.
It's Piastri. I think they're lapping someone. I think they're lapping someone up there. Yeah, Piastri and Max are battling, and they've got a back marker with them. Lance is currently P3. I'm currently P8. We've both made significant progress. I'm thinking that I'm going to undercut and go to mediums next. I think I'm going to go hard, medium, medium. I'll undercut pit lap 46. I just don't think the soft tyres last that long. It's probably not much difference, to be honest, between whether the mediums are faster to the end from 46, or whether the softs are faster to the end from 50. I wonder whether just the opportunity to undercut might actually be the best way to go about it in terms of competitiveness with everyone else. In pure race pace terms, I don't think there's much difference between the two options, but getting an undercut and gaining some time on others might be what could earn us an extra couple of positions or so. Although now we've got DRS on Carlos, I wonder whether I should just try and get myself past Carlos and then pit after that, whenever that may be. But we might be able to get past Carlos by 46, to be honest. So I've been able to save some battery here. So I might try and take Carlos as we come into turn 1 on lap 46. And then I'm probably going to box 46 for mediums. We'll go to the end on those and hopefully finish this race in at least P7. Magnussen did go to softs. He's going to take his softs 33 laps. He's going to be so slow at the end.
In this lap, push now.
Pushing, pushing, pushing. With battery, we're going to take Carlos Sainz. He's gone very defensive. We've managed to get the car stopped. We're past the Ferrari. I didn't expect him to go quite so defensive there, but we're able to get the job done. We're boxing. We're boxing. We're going to try and get an undercut. Oh, I only just missed that wall then. Oh, I was heart in mouth. We're boxing for mediums. We're going to try and undercut and go mediums to the end. If there's a safety car, we've got softs. We're going to go mediums, try and get an undercut.
Go, go, go. Perfect job from you and
We're going to get out in front of the Alpha Tauris, I hope, here. Yeah, comfortably ahead of the Alpha Tauri. There's Bottas. He's taking those softs to the end, I'm pretty sure. We dropped to P15 here. And now we're trying to get back to at least P7, if not higher, if possible. I cannot afford to lose any time getting through traffic. The gap to Max, when we pit, was just under 5 seconds. Yellow flag. Someone behind us is retiring. It's not going to be. It's not going to be a safety car of any sort. But one of the Alpha Tauri, is Alex Albon, is retiring with a blown engine. Fuel we're going to have judged to near perfection. If anything, we still, even though we took a considerable amount of fuel out, we're still going to end the race with more fuel than we actually needed. So I'm quite happy on the fuel front. We didn't lose any time taking Valtteri Bottas. We can't afford to lose any time taking any of the others. Now the front few are starting to pit again for their final lap. So we've not had much of an undercut on them, but crucially Max Verstappen continues. One of the Ferrari are in as well. And what they go to might determine what we do or what our chances are for the rest of the race. If they go softs, then we might struggle to get any further than 7th. If they go hards, we might be able to get ourselves up to 6th. There's Alex's retired car. We just set the fastest lap of the race. We are moving. And they've gone, or at least Lance has gone to hards. We ran our hard set earlier in the Grand Prix. To run softer sets at this stage of the Grand Prix. 6.3 seconds to my teammate. Are you going defensive or not? Good. Took you this way last time, Daniel. We'll take you this way again. Ta-ta, sunshine. Back in the points. No, we're not. That's P11. Not back in the points. Ocon's in the pits. Back in the points. And the other Ferrari's in as well. Leclerc came out a long way behind us. Sainz is going to do the same. P9 closing now on Lance Stroll. Although I don't know whether he just lost some time behind Magnussen and might still actually have a pace advantage on us. Wait and see. My tyres are 4 and 5% worn, so we shouldn't really be feeling any effects of wear yet. A medium hard or hard medium one stop might actually have worked for K-Mag, but I think a medium soft is just going to mean that he's just far too slow at the end of the race. It is Checo that was with Lance, so Max is the one that's further down the road. Checo's on softs. I imagine he's going to the end, but his tyres will be dead by the time we get there. Unless he's doing another stop, in which case he'll be too far behind us, I think, to make up the difference. At the moment, P7 at least looks very likely. Anywhere else, I don't know. I think the gap to Lance is pretty stable at the moment. I think we're probably going to finish P6 at this stage. As we start lap 52 of 66, my prediction is P6. Bye. Easiest overtake of the day. 6 seconds. I think Lance is going to have me for pace. I'm not going to be able to catch Stroll, I don't think. It's just a case of whether Max has to pit again or not. I think he does, but if he doesn't, we'll struggle to catch him. Because he is a long way down the road. We were gaining on Max, though, even before we pit. So, on those super worn tyres. So, he either is going to the end and is going to be god-awful slow, or he has to pit again. But with only 14 laps to go, I don't know whether he's going to pit again. In free air, Lance is faster than me. I'm not going to catch Stroll. He's too quick. Verstappen's 12 seconds down the road now. I think he's just going to the end on those mediums, you know. He's trying it. Whoop, concentrate. I was looking at the minimap. He's trying to get dragged along by the Mercedes. But they've just taken him. And I'm expecting that gap to Max to just plummet now for the rest of the race. It's a case of whether, over the course of the next 13 laps, we can close an 11-second gap. I'd go as far as to say absolutely we will, because his tyres are so dead. But mine will become more and more worn as well, and we'll lose more and more of our pace advantage with our tyre advantage. Now we find out whether we can or cannot catch our teammate, as George Russell takes my fastest lap away from me, unfortunately. No fastest lap point for me today. Took 2 seconds out of Max on that lap. We'll catch him significantly before the end. We've still got plenty of time to save battery. We can get the battery significantly back up in just a couple of laps. I'm still going to use it to try and catch Lance. Lance is now right with Max. Hopefully Max fights him a bit and then brings them both back towards me. Max just holds him up, fingers crossed, for the rest of this lap. Or at least until the DRS zone anyway. Strolls through. Only gained about half a second, but it's half a second more than we had before. Oh, and there goes that half a second. God damn it. Lance is right with the McLaren and Piastri. Sorry, the McLaren and Mercedes now. Lance might get a podium here. First and second are together. And then third, fourth and fifth are right there as well. Lance could very much get himself a podium today. That's Max Verstappen right in front of us now. And all three of them are fighting so hard for that podium that he's bringing them back towards me. Now we save battery because we might have... It's unlikely, but we might have a remarkable opportunity at the end of the race. And it's Lewis Hamilton that's the second Mercedes. So George Russell currently leads the race with Lando Norris. And I'm pretty sure, Lance is about to take Piastri for a potential podium here. Lance Stroll, P3. What a race from Lance. He's having a great Sunday. Max. Wrong strategy call from you guys today at Red Bull with both of your drivers. Perez 9th currently. Max 6th, soon to be 5th. Sorry, 6th, soon to be 7th. And that down the road there is Lewis Hamilton and Oscar Piastri. 3 seconds down the road. Is there maybe more than a P6 in this for us? Oh, God. Careful, Max. Bloody hell. Making it hard for me. Got the job done. And that right there is P4 and 5. Hamilton's just taken Piastri. I wonder how many laps they've done on those tyres. Because they're slower than us as well right now.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, their tyres...
They've got the same strategy as Max. Lads.
Okay, so you're gaining by around 0.6 a lap.
We're going to get a P4. We are going to recover to P4 from P17. Unless Lewis has got much fresher tyres, in which case it's going to be a P5. But Piastri is going to be helpless to stop us from overtaking him. Properly helpless. Stroll's not far behind Norris, you know. Lance Stroll might be on for a P2 here. Piastri and Hamilton fighting hard over a P4. I'm about to take it off both of them. Go on, Lance, lad. Let's get a P2 and P4 for the team. That would be remarkable. Tyres are at 25% on the front now, so I've just hit my drop-off point as well, so it's going to make it more difficult to overtake. But with DRS and the ERS that we've saved, I should be able to take these both into turn 1, I hope. Provided I get this part of the track right. Well, we didn't get it wrong. Which way are you going, Oscar? I'm going left, mate. Oh, so's he. Nearly contact. Late on the brakes. Swoop around the outside. 2 in 1. That's P4. Now that is thumbnail worthy. It's definitely up there in terms of overall achievement, isn't it, Jamie? I wouldn't say it's been one of my best drives in terms of the quality of driving, the standard of driving. But in terms of a recovery, I can't think of many better. 17th to 4th is quite the recovery. 11th to 2nd for Lance as well. Last lap begins. Hamilton's just taken Piastri. He was the one that got lucky and had DRS down the main straight onto the final lap. But if Piastri can stick with him, Piastri might be able to take him back into turn 10 through the DRS zone in the middle of the lap. No, I just glanced at the gap between Lance and first. So I was going to say, with a few more laps, maybe Lance might have taken the victory, but George Russell is long gone. With maybe, if this was lap 60 rather than lap 66, I'd say we might have caught Lando for a podium. There he is. But unfortunately, we're going to run out of laps. But P17 to P4 is certainly one of the best recovery drives I've ever put in my career. And P11 to P2 is certainly one of the best drives Lance Stroll's ever put together as well. We'll take it. Strong points for the team again. After a 3 and 4 in the last Grand Prix, it's a 2 and 4 this time around. Really, really, really good result for the team. It could have been disastrous. They get driver of the day as well. What a remarkable recovery that was. I enjoyed that. If you did, do drop the video a like. I'd appreciate it. Make sure you come across and join us on stream, and you can watch those recovery drives happen live in the moment. Unfortunately for Lance, we don't really want to watch him stand on the podium, but if we were on the podium, we'd watch it. I had the 3rd fastest lap as well. So George gets the full 26 points. Thanks for the 100 bits, AJ, to celebrate. That won't move us up the table in the constructors, and I don't think it will move us up the table in the drivers either. But it certainly gets us a lot closer to some of those above us in both standings. With McLaren and a Mercedes behind us, that's gone very well. I'm 4th now in the drivers' standings. I have pulled away further from Piastri. Closed in on Lewis. Lewis needed closing in on, rather evidently. And Lance Stroll is now just 2 points behind me. We're a very strong partnership at the moment here at Aston Martin. And we're within 25 points of McLaren in the standings as well. Mercedes very strong, as you might well imagine. If we make it to a Season 3 before F124 comes out, then I think we'll be headed to McLaren or Mercedes, don't you? George wins the race. So Mercedes has won all but one race this season. Lando Norris picking up the victory in Australia. Other than that, it has been a Merc on top step. Up next for us is the Canadian Grand Prix. Not my favourite track, but certainly a track where we could do quite well at with the power of the Mercedes engine. Hopefully everything passes, which so far it has done. Floor fences also works well, so the car takes a bigger advancement before we get to Canada. Now, Canada does have the potential to throw up some inclement weather, to say the least. So we might find ourselves with some dodgy weather in Canada and some wet conditions. If we do, we will just have to adjust and deal with it. We've been lucky not to have too many wet races so far this season, but we will go to the race weekend, see what the weather is going to be like in Canada, and hopefully you guys will join me for the next one. Been able to get more FM and F1 out this weekend, or this week, sorry, than previous 2 or 3, so I'm pleased with that. It is going to be a dry quali with a dry start to the race and a wet end. Okay, that's fine. We've pulled away a little bit more in the performance index, and McLaren actually pull away from Mercedes now. But I've got a funny feeling that just one area of our car is making it that much further forward than everyone else. And actually, in raw pace, there's not that much difference between ourselves, McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, even Haas now. Look, Haas up ahead of Ferrari. Ferrari in the mud. Well, we hope to not be in the mud in Canada. Join me for the next one. Thank you very much for watching this YouTube video. Drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.